Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about Altina's music scene. Are we rolling live?
Not live.
Oh, we just tested. This is a test, or
This is Facebook Live right now. No.
Facebook Live. Straight to you from Facebook Live. Strange that the camera's going that way. Things going that way.
how are things looking and sounding?
Really good.
Okay,
Really
cool.
good. I was hearing a lot of echo, but that's just because I was listening to it, which you could hear it in here.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
I don't know if maybe we could do that stylistically. One of these episodes.
Is this a bomb? Or cash?
Oh, microphone. Okay. Dude, this is serious business. Oh, they make those little cases from at the. They got them at
That's the
Five
German-
Below.
the German manufacturer.
You got that from Five Below.
No,
I got that from
They have those like
Behringer.
drug dealer looking cases that you open up. And this is like I have $5 million. And you
Look at my
like
product.
you get like and they're square, so you could just cut out the sound stuff and just throw it in there.
So the first thing that we talk about on this podcast thing is where to hide your weed.
Okay, so I don't know. I guess my opinions on Altina's music scene is it's not the ideal music scene right now. I mean, I guess there's just a lot of hardcore shows that go on. I don't know of any other shows. There's like people play McGarvey's, you know, like Zach Wade and the Good Grief, and like other people play McGarvey's, these other bands and stuff, and like I don't know, there's the bar scenes, and then of course. That's mostly like where, you know, a lot of people just do covers there, which we're not into, of course, and you know, there's this new thing at the brewery that's opened up as an open mic thing, and we were talking about, you know, kind of just doing some live streams from there with people in the Altoona music scene, and kind of just.
What we got on the agenda today for AMS specifically was really continuation of the first one, which I don't have my notebook on me, but basically was the video. No, I got a camera on me. Video. I forgot to blur it. The video.
Yeah, so the process of recording videos for bands that were, you know, that would want to come in here and record for little to no expense whatsoever, I think is what you discussed.
Yeah, and I really was liking the format of what John was saying, which was the Rail City open mic night, because you just put your name on the board and you just go in order and everyone just gets to go. And basically, that's what I just tried here tonight, which we can still do that. But basically just recorded same format, but including the stylings of the meeting, so that because last time we jammed, me and Sasha and Nick Plowman and Zach Piper, we jammed afterwards and recorded it. And I figured that was a pretty good continuation of doing the meeting of just talking about what the project is. And then going to jamming. And then if we have people who want to do just like a straight we got 3 songs to do. Just add that. Make it like a multi like show format. Like the old 40s where they'd play like 3 little Three Stooges, and then they would play like the weird thing that I guess like a game show, and just like the variety hour. It's called variety hour, where they would just show like 3 cartoons and then some other thing and then some other thing.
Yeah, so like we jam as like a host band basically just do some kind of jam or something, you know.
Well,
Just play music.
Whatever bands are that happen to be there.
Yeah, or that. Like, I like that idea too, but I kind of like this idea of just like
whatever
you mentioned
group
it,
of
and
people is
this,
there.
Yeah, that sparked me.
Yeah,
Like,
no, we do both.
yeah.
We do both. We all jam, and then to finish it, everyone
The
gets
variety show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they'll be able to, if they want to, they can go in and cut out their own stuff and make a video out of it.
Yeah, and then when we should also do that, and we should do this.
And it's all one take.
Yeah,
And we're doing it right now.
yeah, and then also as part of AMS, like we should do the live streams or just like Rue does. Like he obviously puts it on YouTube and like, but like, hey, what if AMS did something just for the AMS scene here, like just to try to expand that, I guess, from like the bar cover scene, which is like, in my opinion, what the AMS scene is right now. Even though we're obviously about something way different.
AMS, it's almost like the opposite
Right.
of Altoona's current scene.
Right. Exactly.
And what I've been like trying to base it off of is just trying to let everyone know of absolutely everything that is out there.
Yeah.
Which there's a shit ton, and like you gotta take a break. Because there's so much old stuff, you know, it's obviously not happening quick. Which there's just a new album, X's for Eyes. They had a cool ass album with like a line
on the front.
Yeah, a line on it, and I was like, "Oh, this gonna be a cool album." And like I got excited and I listened to it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's all right." I was expecting like a post or like a technical, like some sort of on it, just from the intense artwork. So I like the artwork on that, definitely. So we are getting new releases, but I'm trying to get everyone aware of all of the new releases, which so far has been mostly Bandcamp. SoundCloud, I haven't figured out how to. Rappers, dude, they fucking post their shit in the weirdest ways. I can't figure it out because they put it under different names and they don't have band pages. And it's strange. And EDM artists. Also, I haven't found a single EDM artist in the area, like hardcore. Well, no, I guess the one dude, the Reapers, put out the single, with a girl vocals, which it looked like this hardcore, like deathcore. Because he's that one dude with the with the long hair, and like he looks like an army fighter, and his name was like something sinister or just mean.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, and then he's like up doing this new project, which is like a music. It's just like it's like a very pop, not pop. It's just like hard style, not techno. It's just EDM, straight up EDM, with the girl vocals, like Lies Inc., similar to Lies Inc., which is a certain style to go with. It's almost like Sonic Racing. It's just, yeah, Sonic Racing.
So these rappers you're talking about, like, they're in the Altoona music scene?
Yeah, there's.
I mean, I kind of figured.
There's a bunch that I haven't heard of, and I can tell because I just hear of them through like someone like you work with or something like that, and you just hear of a rapper, and then you look into it, and you like find like 4 rappers that are in the area, and you're just like, so there's a scene of some sort. But like of the ones I found, they create new labels and they label themselves under that label instead of as themselves. So it's all released under. So it's hard to say who's who. I guess you can just infer it, and just make your best guess, because it's reasonable to assume, because based on who it is primarily. But they don't say directly. So, which I wanted to be like, whatever you say, I'm copy and pasting in it. I'm not touching your shit. And that's why I wanted to avoid. But for some of them, I think you need to make a guess. You know? Maybe not EDM. I've only been able to find one EDM. I feel like they're on SoundCloud. I'm not good with SoundCloud.
I have a SoundCloud.
SoundCloud is
for quite a
not
while.
that.
SoundCloud's tanking.
How many
Yeah.
friends do you have on
I
SoundCloud?
have like I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Who?
But I
How
just have
Nobody
one
ever,
track
like-
that
How-
has 256,000 plays.
How many
Swear to
how
God.
many albums have you found with SoundCloud? I have found one artist ever on SoundCloud, and he's a cool dude. Well, he's got some cool music. I wouldn't listen to most of his stuff, but it always
Yeah, most of the stuff on SoundCloud, I don't know. I don't listen to it. Like my shit's there, but I don't
It's
know
so
if people
random.
listen to it. Yeah.
you put on your song.
Well, it's a SoundCloud. It's not necessarily a good music cloud.
Yeah, it's just a SoundCloud.
But like you put on your music, and it's like, okay, we'll play 3 of your songs, and then we'll just throw EDM in there that just freaks you out.
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't want to listen to that.
Yeah. Anyway, like I think maybe like the next thing to discuss would be like I guess like the format of like the AMS thing we're doing here with like the variety show. Like, are we gonna like make this like a public event for AMS and then like invite people or just like say hey like this is open like show up like we'll jam.
My original planning was maybe a little out there. Have like we have 9 spots to fill. Message us. And thinking about it, you'd probably get like none.
Yeah.
So
You want to do 9?
So that's why I'm just trying to just get as many people.
Yeah, I guess we just what do we do? Like I guess like kind of like open mic style, like 20 minutes.
We release
15
it and it'll be
minutes, or-
different. People have seen it because enough people are subscribed to Altoona Music Scene, and I gotta do a bunch of new albums. Well, as new albums as I can do. But I need to do a bunch of new posts. But we'll be releasing a video, and they'll be like, what's this video? And just because they're all subscribed to it, and they don't unfollow you. Like you can see how many people liked and how many people actually look, or are like seeing it regularly. And I'm like consistently at like 50, and for big announcements, it's always like 180.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean that's a community of artists.
Which I figure, like, if you release a video and be like, not cryptic about it, but
Yeah.
maybe I'll need to start with the music next time. But that's
What do you mean?
for the variety show, because you start the variety show and it's just fucking this right here.
I feel like
Well, I mean, we could do the 4 of us as a variety show. I mean, you have solo shit, right? Like you have solo shit.
yeah.
It's like you have solo shit. We all. Have
No,
solo
I
shit.
meant the order of like doing the show.
Oh.
I guess they could be split into 3 parts and just do part 1, part 2, part 3.
Yeah, I mean,
Or we could not follow that format. Like we could just do each artist like, you know, like you have this amount of time to play or to perform. You know.
Well, that was one of the concepts is you get the vibe of who the artists are. Because like if you get a certain mix of different people, based on their conversation, you sort of feel a certain way of how the jam's going to go.
Yeah.
And you hear that in the jam. And then if people want to play on their own, you sort of get it to an extent.
Yeah. So like that just brought up the idea of like we could be like, hey, like you know, bring your equipment, like because you know EDM shit, like obviously that takes different instrumentation and equipment.
That stuff, I'm excited to try to figure out some way to do it.
Yeah, so we could just be like, you know, hey, like bring your shit, whatever it is, like there he is, and like just
Got a couch.
you know, in the beginning. We'll all jam with whatever musical equipment's there, like,
How you been, man?
and just like create
Hang
some
in there.
kind of music, like whether it's rap, like whatever genre, we'll invent our own genre or
so
some
no,
shit.
no genre limitation.
No, like it'll just be completely open, like we're just jamming and trying to mesh together, and like, but we can't, I guess.
Well, I want to separate the jam of everyone because not everyone has to join it. Not everyone wants
Oh
to.
yeah.
But-
Well, those who want to, how about?
I'm just wondering the best order. I don't know if I'd rather jam before or after. What sounds better? Would you rather jam before or
I'd
after?
rather jam before.
Yeah, it sounds like an
Yeah,
opening.
right.
You're just
I
like
guess, yeah.
you don't really
Wait,
know what you're
whoa.
gonna expect. Yeah.
Well,
Like, you
look
jam
at it
and then
this
you,
way.
like, you
Look at the
Touch on the jam.
Here, look at it this way. You planned a show for you to play a show, and you're told that you're gonna also be jamming. Would you want to jam before your show or after? I would want to jam after the show because I'm like in show mode all day. I'm like,
Yeah, that's kind of
I'm,
true.
True,
I'm like
yeah, true
ready
that.
for the show.
Okay,
and-
but when we're
and
talking
it's
show,
like once I get the show done, you're just like, all right, the show's
Yeah,
done.
maybe at that point it would
True
be better
that.
because
Yeah,
they would have
true
like
that.
a sort of a relief, that okay, yeah, I can
You're satisfied. Like
Yeah.
as soon as you're on
feel
stage,
better
you're
about
like,
jamming in front of people. Now that I did my show successfully.
yeah,
Whatever.
and you get that second like come around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I could see that as well.
So
yeah, I like that idea because then you'll be, but then you'll be prepped, you'll be fresh, like crisp. And my thought with that then is like when we're talking show, like how long would be performance wise, like 30 minutes? Cause like
I think
to me 30 minutes is like the minimum time
3 songs.
for like a
I like
show.
3 songs.
I don't know, I think like
3
20
songs
minutes
per
for
artist?
3 separate artists, so like 20, adding up to an hour.
I'm not worried about times. That's the thing.
Well-
we have infinite time. We're not at a bar.
Yeah, but
What if we did a half hour? Because to me, like 20 minutes isn't a show.
some
to me.
Yeah,
people
for certain
somebody can
bands-
watch in entirety, and like you don't want to get too lengthy maybe with it.
Certain bands
True,
are
true
lengthy.
that.
And
Yeah.
certain bands are really short. Like you got like a punk band who's just like dun, 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 dun. And you're like, okay, you have to fill half an hour, and it's like, dude, that's fucking like 30 songs, man. We don't have that many songs. So I don't want those restrictions. I mean, it's nice for in a bar because like the people who are eating and drinking and stuff
Okay, well,
get this nice cool down to go smoke their cigarettes and stuff. But since we're doing it, we'll have technical difficulties, and those will be in between. But
don't say that.
yeah, it's always gonna happen.
It's gonna happen,
That's
but
just
yeah.
how it is. See, that's still blue, so we're good on that. As much as we know.
What was I gonna say? Okay, I thought maybe a good idea would be like have a 20-minute, like between 20 and 30 minutes, like.
I just tell them like about 30 minutes and like about three songs. 3 songs should do it. For most bands, like if it's a specific band that's like got a 20-minute songs,
Right.
they're an asshole.
They're an asshole.
But it's free game.
You're calling Pink Floyd an asshole.
Well, no, would they play those songs? Like I
Yeah,
gotta
That's
play,
all Pink Floyd
I
songs.
gotta play that 20-minute long song. We're like, hey, I gotta play and gotta.
I gotta play that.
You're-
song.
But they'd
Intro is
they'd
5
apologize
minutes.
for it. They'd come over and like, hey man, I'm really sorry. And he's like, I know why you're sorry. It's alright, man. I love that song.
So like
We got a right there.
between 20 and 30 minutes, so we're like about 3 songs. Like,
For one artist.
does that sound?
3 songs per artist. That sounds like a performance to me.
And then
I usually
yeah, okay.
because that wasn't part of the format that I really liked.
Yeah, yeah.
Rue did a good job at setting up the whole timing of that event. And I don't like the in-between periods as much of you got to set up the next musician, so that's necessary. But with this format, we're releasing only online, so there's literally no waiting. You just jump into the next musician.
Yeah.
Maybe. We're able to post. I don't like doing anything in post, just because I don't know post. And the whole point was to make it simple, so it's just drag and drop, and it doesn't take any time, which is handy. I was thinking putting like their album cover over in the in between times. It's not gonna,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a good idea.
yeah.
We're just
won't
like
be able to
yeah.
do
Publicity.
it. No,
It gives them some publicity. Put
Yeah.
cover in.
we just have to know ahead of time Like they have to send us the image.
Yeah,
they have to send us an album cover.
Yeah,
Because
so-
we can do it while it's broadcasting.
Yeah.
Like I can go in there, which I gotta show you that stuff.
Yeah, so
you just
like,
pull the image in and
I'm
click
listening.
on
I'm
it
just not
and
gonna
drag
sing.
it, put it up there,
are we?
Sounds easy, you know?
put their logo or something. I can't think of like a cool way to put a name over or something.
Right.
Moving. Like video, it's strange putting titles over it.
Even get a picture of them or something, and like have like stylized text of their band name over. I don't know, just a picture of the band members. Like I don't know. I have a Zune. Like remember those
Yeah.
MP3 players, and it
Yeah.
came with a pretty nice software where like. While it was playing like on shuffle, it would just show like different pictures of the band and like kind of different cues.
Yeah. They always had that nice, the pink, orange, yellow,
Yeah.
magenta.
Yeah.
Oh, I guarantee they might be making a new one, because Guardian Galaxy 3 is supposed to be all the Zune's supposed to be through the whole movie.
Really?
Yeah. It was mentioned in the second one, and suddenly there's a huge spike in Zune sales, and I got excited because I love my Zune.
Yeah.
I bought like 3 of them.
I had one.
Oh,
with,
Steve
Yeah.
Segura used to have one of those.
Dude, they're sweet.
Oh, that's
It
your
didn't work,
sorry.
my hard drive died on mine because it was a not like a solid or.
It was
flash
the big
drive.
one.
Yeah.
That's what happened to mine. I dropped it though.
Yeah, I dropped it like one time.
I was like running at Denny's.
You dropped your Zune.
Yeah, I dropped my Zune. Fell out of my pocket, my hoodie pocket.
Did we know each other at the time?
Yeah,
I think I remember that.
I think it might have been your fault.
Oh, was I chasing you?
I don't know. I'm joking. I don't know.
I may have tripped you.
So what do I miss? Like, did I miss anything important on the way here?
Basically, we're just talking about doing like a variety show format for
Like Ed Sullivan almost.
kind of, yeah, and then like at the end having a jam session, and then also as part of AMS like have featured artists on like whoever wants to do the open mic at the Railroad City Brewing.
I can't wait for this Thursday.
So are we basically linking that up, like our page to
Where you
the
going?
brewery?
No,
No,
Live show?
it's not really. Well, no, we're gonna be sharing their videos
Right.
as artists, because I'm gonna start be doing the individual people as artists.
Okay.
I just have to collect information on each person, and that's how. That's another note on the list is specifically. When I'm sharing new content, if I should name the content in it or just have the band profile. I just copy and paste the last profile and then add any new information I find. It's a minute detail, but I can't decide.
You said you were talking about band profiles.
Yeah, when I share stuff on Altino's music scene, currently if it's a new album, it's album, and then the name of the album, released, and then the date, with equal, and then band information.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, maybe you could. I don't know if they gave you a chance to listen to the music, you could post just a short little like few sentences about it. Just just the highlights of it. What makes it good. Just to have a little background on what they're gonna be listening to. I don't know. Just a thought.
I put hashtags at the very, very bottom, and most people wouldn't be able to see that, so that might be a good,
Yeah.
even if I put that at the top.
Yeah, I've never really experimented that much with like any kind of viral marketing or much like that with social media, but I have like set up websites before and nothing major, but I was pretty good at like getting members and followers back in the day when I had my video game website. I got like, do you remember or do you know of this website GameSpot.com?
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to have a feature on there where you could like create your own side forum, basically like a sub forum, and they were called unions. And there was like the top one at the time when I first set up mine was this union dedicated to like Half-Life modding and stuff.
Yeah.
And they had like maybe like 3,000 members, and within 6 months, and they had been around for years. Within 6 months, I surpassed their member amount by like over 1,000. So I'm pretty good with that stuff sometimes.
Is that the PC
What's that?
of Half-Life?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So then, how are we releasing our videos? Like through
For basically the same format as Bad Economy.
just on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking about switching to Vimeo.
Are we gonna have like a set schedule when a show is, like once
Just-
every week, or
Um,
and
I think
like a
we
scheduled
should.
like a scheduled release date of the video, or
I feel like it's gonna be some time before we start doing a show every week.
well, we're not. This is the idea that we're talking about right now is to set to replace that concept, and just people if they want to do a full show, they bring their equipment and they can do. It's not. There's no full shows. If they want to do a full show, they can set up their own stuff, and we'll show them how.
Yeah.
Which I would make a video showing how to do it. It's a really easy setup. And it's cheap, $55 for the webcam, and just
Well, I mean, it'd help us too if we actually like we're here and like, hey, this is how you do it.
yeah. But if I even just make a video, I'd be able to just
Yeah,
watch
good point.
it.
Good point. Make it like a requirement. Watch the damn video before you show up, or you're not gonna know what we're talking about. Yeah, we could do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, because it's
But-
it'd be helpful for everyone, not just us. Like it'd teach people how to make their own shit if they decide to do it on their own.
Yeah. Yeah, because there will probably be
Remarkable-
times when like
remarkable thing
people
about
will
Freak
want to
Out.
do full shows and AMS will host that. You know, I mean, I know I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna want to do a full
Yeah,
show.
that's a
like,
good point. Yeah.
once I get the material.
Yeah.
Well, in the videos, that's why I kind of want the in between to still be on the video, so you can just see the setup. You
I
can
mean,
kind of see
yeah.
people setting up the instruments. I'm curious about releasing on Vimeo instead of YouTube, just because the community would be different, like
Uh-huh.
how they find content.
Yeah,
I've never. Have you ever used Vimeo?
Rarely.
I used it years ago, and then
I also feel we should use both platforms as we can
Yeah, why not? Like,
before they do try to put that net neutrality shit in place.
yeah,
You know they're gonna try it.
yeah, dude, you know. they're
Oh,
do
it's
it.
gonna happen, but I don't think it's gonna be. I I thought it was gonna be something really bad and everything, but it's not gonna be what the Facebook posts are making it out to be. It's not gonna be like
it's able to be.
it's
think it
able
already-
to be.
I think that's
but
what they
the
want
chance
to
that's
evolve
what
into eventually, though.
I don't.
They're working toward it little by little. They're just picking away.
I don't know. I guess I haven't maybe seen the most recent.
I
stuff
did
that
some
happened on
research the
Facebook,
other
but,
night,
like,
and
the last shit that I saw was
it's-
just like anything that you post on Facebook, Facebook owns it.
It's
and
very
so
unlikely for them to implement it.
Like,
It's
it's their property, basically.
No,
As far
well,
as
I
like
mean-
having packages for internet.
yeah. It's
services.
Yeah, they're
very-
able to do that, and there's a company that already does that. Well,
Yeah, Atlantic Broadband.
no, there's a company. Well, actually, yeah, they sort of some of them sort of do, but they add extra perks on there. But there's a country that did it,
Portugal.
but I'm not sure if it was real. The picture was definitely fake. So
Was
I
Israel? No, I'm just kidding.
was
They
that.
probably did it in
It just
totally different. We're
the tears. Well, Canada, it's terrible over there. They pay like $80 American for shitty, terrible internet that has a data cap on it.
There's some other places though, like places you wouldn't expect that have way better internet than the U.S., like Honduras and stuff. Like people go there and they say, "Oh, I've got like
Yeah.
fucking
They're-
1 gigabyte per second download speeds, like at a hotel. Or
I mean, we
something.
already pay this much money for, you know, what we already have and getting shitty internet. Now we're gonna have it in packages,
Yeah,
paying more for the same fucking thing.
same fucking thing.
Well, TV phased out, and now they want to do the same thing with
That's
the
what I
internet.
mean.
Yeah.
I was watching a thing last night about saving capitalism, but like saving it for the people, not corporate America.
Yeah.
Because corporate America has like 60% fucking swing and passing laws and
More
anything
than
that
that.
they want.
Or like.
Well, probably more than that now.
Yeah,
This is
well,
like
for the
2015. Like,
I guess
years
my
into
question
that.
That's what controls the government.
Is capitalism ever for the people though? Because it seems to me like it's always for the profit.
It's about capitalizing.
It's about the profit. It's
Somebody
never
else.
about the people. Like
Yeah.
that's why.
I feel like that's why it's inherently like a failure.
It's just unbalanced.
Yeah.
Like it's so easy to
Yeah.
get the upper hand, and once you get the upper hand,
You have to become
Well, I
evil
feel
to get
that
the
it's-
upper hand.
I feel
and then,
Depends on people's.
I feel like capitalism itself can't be good or bad. Like it's
it's
it
it's
was-
the way you use it. It is,
yeah,
but
it's the way
most people use
like,
it for
when
evil.
it's used for the people and it's
I wouldn't
People are
say
always
evil.
gonna be
morally
I,
right.
I would never say evil
People are
because the
always gonna be
company's
greedy.
not like we're killing a bunch of people.
No, they are. They are,
Yeah.
dude. ETP. Look at.
Well, you
look
got
at
you
their
got like
songs.
you got a place like Monsanto.
I mean,
I'll give you
worse
that,
now,
but
but
for the majority, they're just like I just want to make as much money as possible,
Yeah. but
and they go down
yeah,
the line.
They know
They're
what
like,
happens to
like-
you know for that. To
Well,
which
that's-
is
yeah, I
it's,
mean,
you know they don't care.
That's
They
fine,
don't care
but
about the shit.
they
But their
also
main
get-
you look at us
directive
as probably
They
like
don't get so-
subhuman.
it's not good, obviously, but their only thing they're concentrating on is the money,
yeah,
and that's fine. But you need to like
Can't just have infinite
they need to
growth
have
forever.
a rule, or else like if you had like a football game, if you didn't have the rules,
yeah.
and they'd just go to the scoreboard and they'd be hitting the button to
You
make their
need to
points
have
go
rules,
up,
and when
and then
they-
you'd have the
they're
They're
other
the
team.
ones who are making the rules.
Is
And it
It
just
just
So-
becomes a game of how fast you can press the score.
yeah, and then one guy comes up, he's like, "Dude, I made a device," and then the other team comes over, and is like, "Dude, got a fucking
Infinite.
yes."
well, I feel like it needs to be where there's not a bunch of tax cuts for corporate businesses. I understand doing their business and everything, but that's their business. They also shouldn't be getting an extra hand from Uncle Sam.
They depend on us as the consumer to buy their product
Exactly.
and service, and the
And they're
middle
already
class
making billions
being
of dollars. Why
most
lobby
of them to help everything,
to get tax
including
cuts?
them.
New tax plan is it's so complicated, but just at first glance and all the things I've like looked on it, it just
Dude,
it just
okay,
seems like
okay.
so just like it was obvious it was coming. Like just like look at it. I mean, it was obvious.
So, if capitalism is going to work, or like maybe not even work, but work as like a key to turning this system over. It like, what if in theory there was a company that like explained like had a program that like explained how to certain companies like to go green or something, like just become fully
Well, that's the
sustainable.
thing,
Well, right now we're
it
not
doesn't
getting that for
even need, like,
another fucking
The
4
government
years.
doesn't need like
Yeah, I mean, true that. but,
totally
like,
switched around.
He's
I think
just
it's
disabling
making
all
these
that
new
shit.
rules on how
Yeah.
shit works.
People need to not be bought out, basically.
Yeah,
That's why
That's what-
campaign finance reform.
yeah, that's where like the fine line between government and free market is. Like the government, you need a government to have rules, and their rules are supposed to keep it to where corporate businesses aren't, making the shit ton of money. I mean, they're gonna make a shit ton of money, but using that money to lobby, to pass laws
Yeah, it's not right.
that hurt the consumer.
Yeah, getting rid of the lobbyists.
Just give the
that's-
fucking middle
that's-
class money. All they do is spend it anyway. It's just gonna go right back.
Or I like the idea of kicking out the
Everyone
elected
prospers.
officials who have infinite, like they can just keep getting reelected. Like they can only be, go so many
I said that.
Like the
consecutive.
president's
Like the
terms are.
president.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
But like
limited
congressmen, they have unlimited. They can sit.
yeah,
They can have a seat for
I wouldn't
their
mind if
entire
it was,
life.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
I
if it's like
mean,
consecutive.
There's
Like,
supposed to be limits
like
on
a-
senators and Congress and like the Senate and the House. Like Senate is only 2 years and the House is what, like
4, I think.
is it 4?
I think so. Or one of them's 2 and one of them's 4.
Yeah, no, the Senate's 2, so the House is 4 years. Like, but like, yeah, they have these money-making campaign machines, and now they got all these corporate donations, put all this propaganda out there, and then they're reelected.
Yeah, it's just like a giant blob of fucking terrible.
Yeah, then they don't represent anybody but the corporations that funded them, and they don't even represent them because
The regular people have 30%.
It's just their job to make money.
Well, probably
Yeah,
not 30%
exactly.
anymore.
It's like
it's their job to
like I
sit
got my
around.
retirement.
Listen, like it's their job to sit around and just not do anything and argue about
And
shit
take
and not
recesses.
get and
Oh,
Yeah.
the government's on a recess.
take resources
Oh, I
and
take
recesses.
recess.
To,
I'm right outside real quick.
And then,
Go ahead, man.
Whenever you
We're
say,
getting off
whenever you
topic,
say
man,
anything
that's
like,
what-
"Oh, you could,"
this is all related.
we
so.
could really learn from countries like Sweden and stuff like that. People are like, fuck that. Sweden's not America. They're socialists over there, just because they have like better like Finland. I think Finland or Sweden is #1 in world like education, as far as their like test scores and stuff, and they actually go to school the least. Like they have like no homework. They have like 3 to 4 hours of school a day or something. They believe in letting people experience the world, and learning from that, learning from getting social interactions, not being like stuck at home. doing
They
stupid
got
math problems
they
all
got a
day.
different demographic completely though.
Yeah,
Like,
but
all their people
It's
are
not that
sad.
it couldn't work here. I mean, they're still just human beings.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, no, I
it's
mean
just that
like
America is just such a different philosophy. It's just like
it's a
every
different.
man for himself kind of thing.
Some of them, like it's like 50-50 and
Well, that's why I like capitalism, because the free market is, it shows your values. And right
Like-
now we're showing every man for himself.
see the stupid shit. The Altoona, the I forget what he was exactly, but some city guy you might have heard. He was a newspaper and he was saying
He was a
that
newspaper?
recycling bins.
In the news.
He
Oh.
said recycling bins are
dangerous to the environment.
No, he was saying it's just a crazy waste of money. How much money are they making us? And he's like, if we had a free
Actually,
market, the
we're
free
making-
market would probably make recycling bins for free.
What?
For
Because it's called the
Altoona.
free market doesn't mean everything's free.
It's just like not everything just happens.
I guess the thing that's not fair about capitalism is you have to have money to start making money.
You need to like be born
And
with that momentum.
Yeah, and in order to make money, you have to be a slave. Basically, you have to do something that you
Or-
don't like,
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
just
to
born
get
into it.
money
Yeah.
that you need to do the shit that you need to do.
But that's
And-
the problem. It's hard to do that anymore because they have it set to where
Yeah.
the cost of living is going to go way up before your wages ever go up.
I wonder if like old ideals
Because of the laws being passed by
They want to separate us.
Corporations.
They want us to be as low as possible, just so it
That's
becomes
why
like
the middle
a
class will
feudal
cannot grow.
society.
See, and I think we need something even more radical here. Like, we need to build an infrastructure first, and then then kick them out of power.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just looking at it like as a constitution. We just need a new set of rules. Like the rules need to change back to where it favors the people, like it was meant to be in the first place.
Yeah, the world's a lot more complicated now, and
It was always set up in theory to work for the people, but in reality, it never worked for the people, in my opinion. Because there was a bunch of rich white guys that came here and set up the country. And, they were just like, oh, slaves are worth 3/5 of a fucking person. Yep. We're modest, moral people. I don't know. I mean, they were flawed. Slavery was part of, society. I'm not, I guess, trying to judge them for it, but,
No,
If it
they're
was
shitty
for the-
people.
if it was for the people, it would be
Yeah.
slaves are fucking not 3/5 of a person, but, one person,
yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I can't say I would be different if I was born into that, but I feel like I would think that there was something wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, there's something weird about this.
They used to-
You know these
There's
people?
some sick stuff that went on in that time, and even just after
Yeah,
The,
yeah, I think
shit was passed.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's this kind of this glorification of the American past and like how great America was, and like Donald Trump's played on that, obviously, like his
Yeah.
whole fucking campaign. That
He
was
loves
it.
to fucking poke every fucking person.
And it's just
All
like
Trump
look
does
it
is
back
just play
and
on
like
anger.
yeah, and it's just like was America ever great? Like a bunch of
No,
rich white
'cause
men came.
That's
While
that was
they came here
Ronald
and killed all
Reagan's
the
fucking
Native
Americans.
A lot of people have already said that the middle class, like their feelings on government or whatever, about the same as it
Dude,
was 30 years
who
ago.
even are the middle
Because of
class?
Reagan.
Dude, the middle
Like,
class are
Middle
like
class is
are
everybody except the people
are
who
the
make
are the
like,
kids that are like
Okay.
10 and,
$100,000 or
and
more.
15 years older than us.
Like it's like people who live like comfortably and people
And-
who are like just
No,
fucking to the
economically.
bone.
Economic
And like
middle class.
there's always something.
Yeah, I think
It's always
but
something.
age-wise, there's fewer of like. I'm just trying to use my intuition here, I
Yeah.
guess. I feel like there's fewer people our age that are in the middle class as opposed to people like maybe like.
But they think they're in the middle class.
yeah,
just
because they're fed that
they're like,
illusion.
yeah.
Some of them
You
are
have a
getting the
good-
remnants of their parents.
It's like, I got this
working
TV,
in the past
yeah,
generation.
middle class.
Other people, you know, maybe their parents weren't rich, so you know they're not rich either. So
I think it's
as
just
far
the
as people
home.
in our generation.
It's like owning stuff versus owning at home. Because like that's what gives you the momentum.
But yeah,
like
people
a family who
people
owns their home.
still have that I want to own my own home like idea and like
yeah, I'm not too crazy about that unless I can get a really cheap home, which
and
seems like I can. But
And I made that Facebook post the other day about like I truly believe we do have to create a counterculture more revolutionary than that of the 1960s. Because you know, obviously there was some phenomenal artwork from the 60s, some phenomenal shit that happened, but like
Phenomenal music.
phenomenal music, artwork, fucking
Change,
ideas,
social changes.
yeah, like social ideas and changes and. But then a lot of the ideas I feel got lost or they weren't followed through on. Like people wanted to get
But do you
out of the.
realize with that is going to bring violence? No matter how you go about it, it's going to bring violence. And it's hard to keep people who are already angry and
Not if
trying
you
to
build
fight
an
for a good cause
infrastructure.
to not be violent.
I think if you build an infrastructure first, though, that's what the key. That's what all revolutions
But
have missed before.
How long was that infrastructure get shut down? By
What
our
like what are you
current
gonna like?
government?
I mean, what are you gonna fucking do? Say I can't grow my own fucking food? Like seriously?
Can't collect your own water now.
Yeah, that's-
Like no, like you come to my door, I'm gonna just tell you no, I have the right to do this. Like, or I won't answer the door because you're probably gonna try to tell me I don't have the right to do this.
well,
Like,
that's the thing. Right?
Yeah.
If they want
You don't have the
to,
right to
Yes.
not answer your door.
That's off the
bitch.
grid living. They don't want you, you know, collecting your own electricity and stuff. Like, I think in Florida, like off the grid living is like banned. You can't. You have to like have some sort of like established address or like residency to.
there's still a way. Like I'm
It's
not
crazy.
giving up. Like it's either we're gonna build some kind of infrastructure or we're gonna have to fucking go into the woods like and fucking forage on fucking mushrooms
But
and
then
hard
No,
they're
they
gonna
have
come
places
in
like
and
that.
kick you out.
Communes.
It's government land.
That's why
They have this
we
place
gotta
in the
climb
Sonoran
trees and
Desert.
build
It's like
sits
the
and
bad
shit.
land.
Well, that's what I'm
basically,
saying, dude.
people
Like,
just-
whatever you do is
like,
gonna bring violence.
There's
one
no
way or
laws
another.
there. There's no.
Either from
It's
both
just like a
sides or
desert,
one,
basically. So.
one or the other side.
Yeah, it's
Kinda
also
fend for
about that.
themselves.
I just don't know why like
Yeah,
violence
that's where
has to
I
be a
saw
thing.
it.
Like,
Oh,
there,
days
there's
ago.
there are
It
seriously enough.
shouldn't have to be a thing, but it's going to be a thing.
There are really
Look at-
enough.
look at our
reasons-
history.
Oh yeah, I'm not denying it.
60s, you said about the counterculture. Yeah, it brought a lot of good artwork
It
and
did
music
bring a lot
and
of
everything,
violence
but also
too. Though, yeah.
assassinations.
Well, violence
Both
is just
the
like
Kennedys.
inherent in like I mean, you got babies that just punch, like they're just like something happens and they just punch and you're just like you don't
Because they're
fucking
taught.
you don't do that.
They're taught it.
Yeah,
I
no,
won't
they
see
are
that.
taught.
You, like they just like
I
they're
don't think
so
anything
they're
is
so young and they're
inherently
punching. You're like no,
Yeah.
and you just look at
They
them
just
serious.
don't know.
Yeah, and they're like oh shit.
I mean,
It's like,
I mean,
oh, now I know.
movement and movement is an expression.
and like
of
you get
emotion,
stressed
like,
and
yeah.
your brain is set up to
Yeah,
like
like-
explode because
Kind
you,
of.
that stress will kill you.
Yeah,
And
but
so
if
it,
you
like,
can,
explodes
if you can
and-
do it in a like if you can do it in a creative, healthy way, you know, like that's what we have to teach people. Like, yeah, everybody's going fucking crazy. The
Yeah.
earth is dying. Like the economy is crashing. You know, the earth is burning. Like governments don't care about us. Like nobody gives a fuck. But us. Like people like us that are like, what the fuck are we gonna do here?
We all know we're being like probably monitored through
Oh
Facebook.
yeah, hey
Shit,
guys,
like,
hey NSA.
Hello.
like,
turn
We're
on
not
our
the only
microphones
ones.
on
Fucking
ourselves.
The
Samsung
government
phones.
officials come up to all our doors tomorrow.
I swear, like sometimes I think about something I want to buy, and like I see an ad for it. Like, I
Every
didn't even
time!
talk about it. I didn't
It's
even talk about
fucking
it.
weird.
that doesn't happen to me.
It happens to me
Happens to me.
constantly. You always see
With
the ad
Facebook,
for
if I
it.
think about
That's
something
like
and then
weird
I'm
shit.
scrolling through, it comes up.
Or I mention
They know
something
you
to
better than
someone.
you know yourself.
Yeah.
Targeted advertising, man.
I guess I don't get on Facebook enough. Maybe I used to scroll a lot, but like I don't.
Yeah, can you believe in '71 that the Federal Trade Commission was trying to make a rule for where kids weren't targeted for like fucking candy all the time, all the shit that they're targeted for now,
Yeah.
and they a bunch of corporations got together and fucking shut them down.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I wondered why I never saw like cereal commercials or like action figure commercials anymore. It was because I didn't watch Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah,
That's where they all are.
Yeah.
It's just though. Did cereal get a lot healthier, or does it just look healthier? From
No,
the
it
box?
just
it's
looks
just the same.
healthier.
Because
It's
they
just
say
the
like
same
whole
old sugar.
brand.
No,
high fiber
No, they
and-
lie to you. They're
You can't
they're-
see the shapes and tricks anymore.
They taste worse though.
Because
They definitely taste worse.
tricks are for kids.
There's probably just a little bit less in the bag than there used to
That's
be.
a
Yeah.
Facebook.
that's a good
You have a
one.
bathroom down here?
Oh yeah, right there.
Always
Light.
wondered what
Look at the
happened to
light.
the
Okay.
sheets.
Yeah.
Dude, tricks
So
are
how's
for
your shit
kids.
going?
What the fuck was that shit? Like,
Tricks
just
are for kids.
slowly,
Oh,
but-
dude.
dope your kids up
Yeah.
on sugar.
You just gonna
Dude,
eat
I
all
hate sitting
soda,
there
or
watching like a kids
Yeah,
like
people-
Nickelodeon,
I
like
know,
watching
like-
the niece.
I'll
watching
probably have, like,
Nickelodeon,
him
and you're
or-
sitting there. See
Yeah,
the commercials,
like,
they're like, it's
drums
fun.
on
Yeah,
Like you love it.
Stuff
It's
when
great.
I haven't
and
like
it's-
finished.
yeah, and then just like
Ah.
there's
But
there's
right
McDonald's
now I'm-
commercials and like
I'm using Lucy from our old band
Right.
as an acoustic song.
It's pretty much your song.
I like to refer to as a new trick song. And then I have 2 demos in the works right now. One's almost completely done. The other
You
one's-
performing?
Tonight?
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were just jamming.
Well, we're jamming and then perform. Then people perform.
I can play what I have of the one song, but
Yeah. if you-
I have no
What are we
words. I was
doing?
trying to write words last
We-
night, but nothing was coming.
are we doing what we discussed though earlier, or as far as like doing the variety show first and then jamming, or are we doing that differently tonight just because it's like kind of the first first continuation of AMS for a while?
Say it again.
I remember we had discussed earlier.
We're talking about new format. We're just sticking to the original play.
Okay, for right now. Okay,
For
that's
this
fine.
for this time.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Did you guys listen to that song yet? By
Which
Steppenwolf?
No, fuck.
Dude,
no.
you guys
You
gotta
want to
listen to
listen
this.
to it now? But as part of AMS, let's just have this.
Yeah.
This is a good fucking song. That's not the chord. Or is that the chord? Is that the chord?
Oh, dude, I love Steppenwolf.
Is this the chord?
Here.
That's shit.
Here. Don't. We can't play it right now. Or I'll flag
Shit.
the video.
Oh shit. Okay, well, I'll listen to it tonight.
Yeah, it's good.
I'll be able to listen to it. Yeah. I went to fucking FYE to get Chicago.
Yeah.
One of their CDs. I didn't want greatest hits, and they had 3 different greatest hits.
Oh, fuck.
Chicago.
FIE's gone way downhill. I don't know
I
if it
can't
could.
find anything.
I went in there the other day. It's completely different from when I was last in there. There used to be rows of CDs.
Yeah.
Now there's like
Everything else in the world.
everything else, and then the CDs
Pop
section
culture.
is very, very, very small.
Yeah. I like you can order.
They do
CDs.
have
You can order
a
CDs.
lot of vinyl in there now, though.
Dude,
I haven't
yeah.
noticed that.
I was like,
Speaking of vinyls, they have this box, man, it just sits on the fucking record and goes around it and plays the record.
I wish if you bought a vinyl came with the CD.
Yeah, I posted
cool.
on my Facebook.
I know.
I think I saw that.
I,
yeah.
I would love if every vinyl came
Like,
with
that's
CD.
cool, because I like vinyls.
Just
They
because
have that
vinyl
authentic-
for the home,
authentic sound.
CD for your car.
I just want the vinyl for like
And the
big
digital
artwork
download.
of
Oh
the
my
album.
god, that's it. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm fucking
Like, I would
buying
buy
myself a
vinyl
record
more,
player
like-
for Christmas. That's it. I'm doing it.
I would, if I was picking between a CD and the vinyl, it would depend on whether the artwork on the CD was nice. Because I would
Yeah.
just hang the
A
vinyl.
lot of the
Well,
vinyls
'cause
yeah,
have
a lot
a
of-
digital download now, so like
That's awesome.
Did it come with the CD? That'd be sweet.
A lot of
They should just
a
sell
lot
them
of
together.
vinyl,
Yeah,
like,
why
their,
Yeah.
their albums, like in general, are just like it was almost like a book. like a
I'm
store.
doing it, man.
Mhm.
It's like
I'm
you have
doing
this.
I'm
cheap-
doing it
they're-
tomorrow.
Dude, you can
Then
go.
you have
You can get a
something
real
like
cheap
Christmas.
at like
That's what I
Five
like
Below
about-
or someplace.
Like
Really?
all
yeah, they
Offspring
got
albums.
maybe might not be
Each-
Five Below.
All their
Big
booklets
Lots.
have one page for a
I
song.
believe
And there's
that.
like
there's at least 3 stores that all have
picture
the
of
same
like
exact
describing the song.
There's
Yeah.
one
You
that's
know what I mean?
significantly
Plus the
bigger.
Pretty
lyrics.
cheap stuff.
Yeah.
Like not a lot of
What's that?
bands
They have
still
pretty
do that.
cheap stuff
No,
at
no,
Big
no.
Lots.
It's just like this. It looks like a Five Below thing. That might be why I'm thinking Five Below. What's a record player? And it
I've seen them for as cheap as $100. That's just like the cheapest I've seen them.
yeah, it's a really cheap, super cheaply made. I don't know if they.
Super. Hopefully it's durable.
I mean, it's a record player. I don't know the discrepancies. I'm sure
I mean, all you need
Most
is a
record
good
player
needle and
people
like
are
a turn,
gonna-
like it's something that turns it. Like
that's what I figure, but I don't know the record stuff.
Alright, what do we
Yeah.
have?
So that's basically it.
Government.
For the meeting
Based
for
on
this
story,
for
yeah.
this yeah we'll have
Fake news.
agenda pre-made next time. I don't have my notebook.
Sorry
That was
for
my
getting a
bad.
little off topic.
Well, we didn't really have a topic. This is first round, so
I mean, it's all related into what we're doing. I mean, even though it seems like it's way out there, like you know,
yeah, it was our topic that we went
All
with,
derived
but
from the same thing.
yeah.
but
pretty much.
Yeah.
We're
Can I
gonna
play
get-
drums?
You're gonna get the gym. And,
yeah, we're gonna jam and then
Playing
we're gonna
drums
do
is
some
forever.
things, and it's gonna be a good time. And we're gonna record it all in one file.
They changed since the last time we played them.
Huh?
They've changed since the last time we played them.
Upgrade?
Yeah, upgrade. I guess. I mean, if you want-
Woo!
Yeah,
Joe-
I have to
Joe
head out
couldn't
actually
do it
because I have
the
to
way
go
we
pick
had
up
it,
my
so.
son.
No, it's all good.
Oh, that's
How
alright.
were they?
Yeah, I mean, you're free to stop by my place anytime. Check out some of the equipment I have there. Maybe jam a little bit.
All right. I'll just have to figure out. Usually, most days after 5.
Check.
Yeah. Around 5. Okay. Weekday. Weekend. Not very much.
You're not staying in the gym, dude?
Yeah, I gotta go pick up my son, so
Alright.
yeah.
It's nice meeting you. I think I've met you before though.
Maybe. What was your name again?
Yeah. I'll catch your
Hey man,